Hi everyone, and welcome to this affiliate marketing tutorial. My name is Greg, and today I'm going to be walking you through everything you need to get started in affiliate marketing. This will be a full affiliate marketing tutorial, and it'll go step by step, so you can start from having nothing right now, and then by the end of this tutorial, you'll have a full website, your niches, your keywords, you'll have your affiliate offers, and everything you need to be successful in affiliate marketing. So before we do anything in this course, we're gonna start off by finding a profitable niche. You can't just go into affiliate marketing and start anywhere and expect to be successful. Some niches are fully saturated and hard to rank, so you won't see any success in affiliate marketing. After that, we'll move right into finding the right keywords that you'll want to be using so you can rank for these niches. And then once we've got those two important first steps taken care of, we'll move right into finding affiliate offers. I'll give you my experience and where I think you should start out in affiliate marketing, and I'll actually talk about certain types of offers that you should not be promoting that'll backfire on you and will make it harder for you to succeed in affiliate marketing. So I'll give you a lot of information in this section, and I think that'll be very helpful for you. After that, we'll move right into talking about your website, and we'll actually go through creating a WordPress website that'll be perfect for you for affiliate marketing. So I'll do this right on screen recording, and you can follow along literally from start to finish, and you'll have a full website up. Then once our website is made, then we'll talk about what kind of content to be posting on that website. And then lastly, we'll move into how to optimize that website and the content on it for SEO so you can actually rank on Google and get that free traffic that'll make you successful with affiliate marketing. So there really is going to be a ton packed into this affiliate marketing tutorial, and I hope you guys are ready to get started because I'm excited to teach it to you. So one last quick thing before we get started here, this entire tutorial is going to be filmed in 1080p HD, so it will be very clear. But the problem is sometimes the internet can't handle that. So if you are experiencing a blurry video or blurry screen anytime throughout this tutorial, just downgrade it to 720p and it'll be a little easier on your internet and you'll still get full HD. So without further ado, let's get started in the computer. So the very first step before we do anything else is we need to find a niche that'll be profitable and isn't fully saturated and filled with other people trying to do the same thing. So this is the best website that I like to use, and it's called kwfinder.com, and that's keywordfinder.com. And now there is a free and a paid version of this, but you actually get 5 free searches per day, and each one of the searches brings up quite a few results, so you can get away with just those 5 per day. So if you come over to Keyword Finder, just type that in, kwfinder.com, you can meet me over here. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to fill out this search bar with the keywords and see if we can start to find a niche that isn't fully saturated and will be easy enough to rank in. So the first thing I want to start out here by saying is that they always say the riches are in the niches, and it's very true. So for example, you don't want to make an affiliate marketing site about shoes because it's way too general. You want to break that down into basketball shoes or baseball shoes or climbing shoes for rock climbing. You see how small you can get there, but there's still millions of people searching for those things. So although that seems like such a small niche, you have to realize that there are so many people in the world and a lot of people are looking for that specific thing. So as we start going through here, I'm going to type in something like climbing shoes. I'm just going to leave the location as anywhere because affiliate marketing, you can get sales from anywhere in the world and it doesn't matter. They don't have to be your home country or anything. But I am going to switch the language to English because that's what all of my content is going to be in. So it doesn't make sense if someone doesn't speak the language, they can't understand what I'm saying. And then I'm just going to do find keywords. And now as you can see, these are the results that they give us, and this is just on one search. So we have all of these results right here before it starts to blur things out where you need to pay for it. So you actually do get a lot of bang for your buck here for being completely free. But the best thing I love about KW Finder is that they give you this SEO ranking rating. So anything in green, really anything under 39 is a great number, meaning that it's going to be a profitable niche for us. And we want to look through here and see generally are the numbers below 39 or are they red where it's something that is completely saturated and we won't be able to get into and get that organic traffic. So just by looking at this, you can tell that none of these are red. So this is a pretty decent niche. So we're actually going to go with this. Now you don't have to go with the first one that you find that's yellow and green. You can actually keep looking and typing in different ones that you're thinking about and see if you can find the ones with the lowest numbers. That'll be your best chance and the easiest to rank. So feel free to try out a couple of these, but for the sake of this tutorial, I don't want to waste your time. So these are good numbers, so we're going to go with climbing shoes as our niche. Now that we have our niche picked out, we need to start finding the keywords that we're going to be gearing our content towards and trying to rank for. So I have this little list up here on the side that you can see, And these are typically the best keywords that work for affiliate marketing. So take a screenshot of this or write this down because these are very important for affiliate marketing. These are the keywords and the type of content that you're going to be creating to find the right traffic. If someone finds your content after they've already purchased the item, then it's too late. So you need to make sure that you're finding people before they've made the purchase and when they're close to that purchase decision. So all of these are keywords that have intent. When someone searches something like this, they're getting ready to buy and they just want to make sure and find the best item. So these are the keywords that typically we're going to be using. So once we have these in mind and we come over to the side here, we can start looking through here and find out which ones of these are best for this specific niche. So as we come over here, we can already see cheap climbing shoes. That's at a 43, so just above a 39, still possible. So we could use that. And then as we keep scrolling down here, we'll see if any more of them are in here. We have cheap rock climbing shoes. That's at a 41 as well. Best climbing shoes. So best is at a 35. Absolutely, that's going to be a great one. And then we see some brands that are coming through here. So we have a brand here, a brand here. So typically people will compare top brands against each other. So that's where you can see like 510 alternative or 510 versus another pair or 510 review. See, these are going to be the types of keywords that we're going to be combining here. So now what I want you to do is start typing in the keywords that aren't already listed. So I didn't see top climbing shoes, so I'm going to go ahead and search that one. And we'll see what the number is. So this is actually a 26. So this is easy. And then it gives us more options as well. So just take note of which ones ranked with which numbers. So over on your list here, you can come in and you can put the number that it was. So go through this list and find the number for each of these. So best climbing shoes, we have a 35. Cheap climbing shoes, we have a 43. And let's look to see if we can find top rated. I'm going to search that one. So what I did was I actually signed out of my free account. So you will likely get this pop-up here. And if you do, all you have to do is just register now. And it's very simple. Just put in your email address. And again, this is completely free. If you're not comfortable with this, you can just put in something like this and it'll go right through. You don't have to confirm anything or anything like that. And it's just going to bring you to a couple pop-ups. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come back to KW Finder manually. And now we'll be signed in. And you'll see up top, it doesn't say sign in anymore. And you'll get those 5 for the day. So we got to find top rated. And don't forget to change your language to whichever the language is. Don't let that slip by. Okay, top rated's a 37, so that's still under our 39, so that's pretty good. So I'm just going to do these for now for this example. You can go through and compare alternative for a top brand alternative or 2 top brands against each other or a top brand review and then find the numbers for those. And as you go through all these, we need to make sure that they are able to be ranked, but also make sure that they have some search volume. So as you can see, top rated climbing shoes only has a 30 searches per month in English. So we want to see if we can find any that are between 500 or up. So if it's over 500 a month, you'll be able to get a steady flow of traffic. And that way, once you rank, you won't have to pay for any traffic. You'll have 500 searches per month, potentially seeing your website and clicking on it, going through your affiliate products. So those are the 2 things that you need to find for keywords is you need to find out how easily you can rank it with this number here, and then also the traffic it has. So once you go through here, write down the traffic that it has as well. You can do this in just a text document like this, just for an easy keep track of it, or you can make an Excel sheet, whatever you like. For this example, and typically how I do it, is I just do it in a text document like this. Just makes it so easy. So this number is going to be the SEO rank, and then the other one is going to be the monthly traffic. So those are the only metrics you need. And then at the end of that, just pick the couple that make sense for you to go forward with, and those are the ones you're going to proceed with. So this will only take you 5-10 minutes to do this whole list. But if you go through here and you find out that they are easy to rank, but none of these have search volume, then just go back to the beginning and try a different niche. And then do it until you find a niche that's easy to rank and generally has a search volume of over 500 searches per month. Once you've done that, you now know your niche and you now know your keywords that you're going to focus on. So now that we've figured out our niche and we know which keywords we're going to go for, now we need to actually talk about finding the affiliate offers. What I recommend for anyone getting started in affiliate marketing is to start on Amazon Associates. Amazon Associates is right through Amazon, and it's Amazon's affiliate program. So Amazon Associates is actually the biggest affiliate program in the world, and that comes by no surprise because it's Amazon. So a little note on this, when you do go to sign up, it's free to sign up, but it is an application, so they don't accept everyone. So most of the times, if you don't have a website, they won't accept you. So that's why it's so crucial to make your website and be able to put in your website domain name, even if you don't have any content on it yet, because Amazon sees that you're serious and you're going to be promoting it through your own website. So keep that in mind once we get to the website. That's why it's so important to make a website for this. But the rest of the application here is very straightforward, and it should only take a couple days until you get accepted. So once you do get accepted, you can actually promote any product on Amazon. So this is actually their commission payouts here. So you can see the different category of products and what they pay out. So as you can see, if we go forward with the climbing shoes, we will be right in the 7% commission mark because shoes are right here. So that is a great place to start. You get 7% of whatever the sale is when someone makes a purchase. Now, the ultimate reason that I tell people to start out on Amazon Associates is because they may have way more success than they ever imagined. Because if you're linking someone to a pair of shoes expecting to get 7% of whatever that is, it's a $100 pair of shoes, you're expecting to get $7 back. Now, if they don't make a purchase, but within 24 hours they buy anything on Amazon, you get the affiliate commission on that on whatever category it falls into. So that may fall into the 8 or the 10% commission right there, and they may buy $200, $300 worth of things on Amazon. So just remember that so many people start out with affiliate marketing and actually have accidental success because people click their link, go to Amazon, close out, don't make the purchase, but then they come back within 24 hours and they buy a vacuum cleaner for $300 or $400. You know just as well as I do how common those kind of things happen. So that's why I say to start out with Amazon Associates, because you may make a lot more money than you expect. So once that application does go through, all you'll have to do is come over to Amazon, and you'll see that now you have this Amazon Associates site stripe right at the top. So all you have to do is go to a product and click on whichever product you want to promote here, and then scroll right up top here, go to text, and make sure you're on the short link. There's a full link and a short link. The short link just looks way better. And then copy this and paste this out in the content that you're promoting, and this is your affiliate link. So anyone who clicks on this pretty little Amazon link to go see the product right on Amazon will now be one of your affiliate clicks. So they have 24 hours to buy anything, and you get that commission. So before we go on here, I just want to make a quick note about what kind of offers not to promote. So I am not a big fan of ClickBank or any of the other big sites like that, because 9 out of 10 times the offers that are on those platforms are just to try to get a sale, and the product really isn't that good. So they may pay out a couple $100s in commission, and that attracts a ton of affiliates. So they start to push this product, even though at the end of the day, it's a junk product. What's going to happen is, although you may make a couple $100s from getting a sale, you're now going to burn your reputation because the person's going to go through, use the product or use the service, and find out that it's really not that good, and either one, request a refund and they get all their money back and you lose all of your commission, or two, they're not going to trust you anymore because you burned them once, so they're going to be smart enough not to let you burn them again. So your entire website loses its credibility just like that. So try to stay away from the scammy looking products and affiliate offers, even though they may look enticing. Typically, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. So what I do recommend doing is starting out on Amazon Associates. Then you can start moving into becoming an affiliate for other websites. And by other websites, I mean websites that you've used before, products or services that you've used before and are big websites and have a reputation of having a good product, something that you know really is beneficial and is a good product. Now you can promote something wholeheartedly, and when people buy it and they listen to you and they use it, it's actually a good product, so they'll keep coming back for more. So start out on Amazon Associates, and then once you have your feet wet, you have everything going properly, then start looking into other websites. So you can just go to some of the biggest companies, go on their websites. Typically at the bottom, they have a little affiliates button. You can click that and see what their affiliate program looks like. So you'd really be surprised how many big companies have affiliate programs. There's companies like Walmart, Victoria's Secret, Best Buy. All these big names have active affiliate programs going on. All you have to do is go to their website, scroll to the bottom, find it, and apply for it. That's it. So I hope that gives you some good insight on which kind of offers you should promote and which ones you should stay away from. And up next, we're going to start talking about making the website. So you're off to an excellent start now. Now all that's left is to create your website, create the content, and then SEO optimize it to start ranking so people find it. So as you can see right here, I have WordPress pulled up. WordPress is a website builder, and it accounts for 20 to 30% of the websites on the internet right now. Big companies like ESPN and other huge companies use WordPress for their websites. Now there's 3 main reasons why people use WordPress. One is because it's so affordable. It's typically $4 to $5 per month. Number 2 is you can customize the website to make it exactly how you want it. And then 3 is because it's the website builder with the best SEO capabilities, which is also going to be very crucial for us in this case. So that's why I always use WordPress, and that's why you'll see everyone else in affiliate marketing uses WordPress as well, just because of all those reasons. Now this may sound like a silly thing to clarify, but it's very important to clarify that there are 2 WordPresses. One is WordPress.com, one is WordPress.org. We are going to be using WordPress.org. WordPress.com is actually something that you just buy through WordPress, and it's a blog, but you can't customize it. So we don't want to do that. WordPress.org is actually a free add-on. So all you have to do is buy hosting, basically buying the space on the internet, and then you can add on WordPress.org, and it allows you to customize everything on that space that you just bought on the internet. So WordPress.org is what we are going to be using. Now to host that WordPress.org, this is the only expense you have for this. This is where the $4 to $5 comes in per month, and you have to host it through a hosting company. So there's a couple hosting companies. There's Bluehost, HostGator, SiteGrounds. There's a couple big names out there, and they all compete against each other. And I absolutely recommend Bluehost, and I wouldn't recommend that unless I personally use it myself. I use it on all my websites, and I recommend it for a few reasons. The main reason is the dashboard is so easy to understand. There's only a few buttons here, and it's very user-friendly. The other ones get very confusing because they have a lot of buttons that have to do with what goes on behind the scenes on a website. And if you don't know what those are, it can be extremely confusing. And the other thing too is all these hosting websites are all about the same price. The difference only comes down to 50 cents to a couple dollars per month. And Bluehost is actually one of the cheapest ones. There's only one below it that's a little bit cheaper, and that's a couple cents cheaper per month. And they're just trying to beat Bluehost in the price game. So stay away from that, and I suggest going with Bluehost. So one thing that I do want to make a note here is I'm actually an affiliate for Bluehost. I stand behind their product. I know the product is good. I use it personally, and I want to recommend it to other people. And it doesn't make sense not to be an affiliate for it if I'm already going to be recommending it to other people. So the whole point of this tutorial being completely for free is just on the fact that I'm going to put my Bluehost affiliate link. So if you do go over to Bluehost and make a website, all I ask is that if you're enjoying this tutorial and you want to thank me at no extra cost to you, you can use my affiliate link. So this is it right here. It's www.bit.ly/BH for Bluehost-WordPress. It'll bring you right to Bluehost, but it's going to be with my affiliate code at the top here. So I don't want there to be any pressure for you to use this. So if you don't want to, you can just go to bluehost.com and follow along. But then once we're at the homepage here, all we have to do here is hit Get Started Now, and it'll bring us to the couple Bluehost plans here. So the difference between the three here, first off, I only recommend the Basic or the Plus. You don't need to go over the top. There's just a bunch of extra things that we really won't need here. But the difference between the Basic and the Plus is the Basic is good for one domain. So you pay for the hosting and you can put one domain on it, which is one blog. But if you plan to have multiple blogs, maybe in different niches, then you can go with the Plus and you can actually put unlimited websites on this host. So you pay $5.95 per month, and all you have to do then is just buy the website name and link it up to this hosting. So it's up to you if you want to do the Basic for just one, or if you want to do the Plus. And just remember, whichever one you're on, you can always change it. You can either go up or go down from there. So for this case, I'm just going to go ahead with the Basic here. So then it brings us right to the Sign Up Now page, and this is actually just for your domain name. So you can go through here and you can search for a new domain name if you don't already own that website name, or if you already have one, you can put it in here and then you can link it. So what we're going to do is search for a new domain name right now. So you can type in what you're thinking, and then you can actually switch the ending here. What I recommend is to stick with .com because it's the most trusted. People recognize it the most, so they're not afraid to click on .coms. If you start putting in something like .online or .website, .space, people might not be certain, and that hesitation might get them to click on someone else's link instead of yours. So try to stick with the .com. If you have to go with a different one, try out .net because that's the second most recognizable one. And then just type in a domain that you'd like to use that goes right along with your niche and your keywords just to give you that extra boost in SEO. So we're going to try out climbing shoes now, and we'll see if that's available. So you click next, and it'll give you one of two screens. If the website's available, it'll bring you right to this, which is perfect. If it's not, it'll say that someone already owns it, and it'll ask you to try again with a different domain. So once you get to this page, you're almost done already. We have to start out by filling out the basic information to make a new website. This is completely normal, and just go ahead and put your information in here. And then scroll down a bit, and you'll be at the package information. So the first thing we're gonna do is turn off some of these package extras that we don't need. So turn off the CodeGuard Basic and the Site Lock Security. We don't need either of those. Now, I do highly recommend that you keep domain privacy protection on. This is only 99 cents per month, and what it does is all the information we just filled in up top actually becomes public, so they can see who owns that website. Now, by paying 99 cents per month, it actually hides all that information, so the general public can't just go on, see who owns it, and then start contacting you randomly. So I think it's worth every bit of 99 cents per month. It's nice just to have that extra peace of mind, and it's only $1 per month, so it's not a lot of money. Now we have our plans up here. So the way that this works is we're just paying for the hosting. So if you plan to have websites long into the future, you can go with something like the 60 months. And what that's going to do is lock you in at $3.95 per month for 60 months. So as you saw when we signed up, the original price was $7.99 per month, which is still a good price. But the more we pay for up front, the cheaper we can get that price down to. So personally, I always go with the 36 months because I think that package just works out best. That's my opinion. You can go with any one that you like. For this example, I'm just going to go with 12 months so I don't have to pay too much to make this tutorial. And then as you scroll down, there's only one step left, and that's to pay for the website. So I actually prefer to pay for everything with PayPal. It just makes it easy and gives me that extra peace of mind at no extra cost. So if you do want to pay with PayPal, just hit that button right there to open up more payment options. Click PayPal. Just check off that you agree to the terms, and then if you have that PayPal selected, when you click Submit, it'll reroute you to PayPal just to complete the payment. And then once I go through that and fill out that information, I'll continue with you on the confirmation page. Alright guys, so this is where you should be at your confirmation page, and all it's telling you here is congratulations, you've paid for your hosting, and now everything's set. Now we can move on to the website. First things first though, we do want to create a password so we can get back into Bluehost when we need to. So just go ahead and click this button right here. It'll open up in a new tab and allow you to create your new password. So once you've typed in your password here and then repeated it just to confirm it, just go ahead and click that you agree to the terms and hit next. Alright, your password is all set, so we can go ahead and click login. So one of my absolute favorite parts of Bluehost is that they are integrated with WordPress so flawlessly that all we have to do here is pick a theme that we want to start with, and you no longer have to go through and manually install WordPress and get real technical with it, because that's easy to get lost. It's literally made so easy for us here. So you can pick one of these themes if you'd like to start with. So what I'm actually going to do is hit skip this step, and what that's going to do is in the next step, it'll just apply the default WordPress theme, so it's easy to understand without getting too technical in any of these themes right off the bat. So go ahead and click skip this step, and now it's going to actually set up your site. It's going to install WordPress and put that theme on it. So now this takes a couple minutes, so just hang tight here. But once this finishes setting up the site, you are officially going to have a WordPress website hosted with Bluehost, and all this is going to be done while you just sit here and wait. So then once you reach this page, WordPress is installed and you're ready to go. So the first thing I want to note here is go check your email, because you're going to get a couple emails here, and one of them is going to be pretty important. So this is the email that I wanted you to see. It comes from Bluehost, and it's just one step to verify your email address. It gives you 14 days to verify your email address. So if you do it now, you won't have to do it later. So make sure that you do just click that button. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we're back where we were before. So all we have to do here is now hit start building. So this is an official welcome to the back end of your WordPress website. So there's a couple housekeeping things that we definitely need to do before we go any further with this. First things first, just go ahead and exit out of this tutorial that they're offering you, because we're going to be doing this step by step, so we don't need this. And that'll clear that out of the way. And then the very first thing that I like to do, and I think you should do too, is change the login information to make sure that you can get back into this when you need to. So we'll just come right down over here to users and add new. So all we have to do here is just fill out a username, an email, and then we can hit show password, and you can reset your password. And then also don't forget to change subscriber over to administrator, and then add new user. And just like that, we now have new login credentials. So what I want to show you now is how to get back to this dashboard when you need to in the future. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to type in the domain that we just registered. And then I'm going to hit /WP for WordPress -admin. And now you're definitely going to want to save this site address somewhere, or just remember that this is how you get to it. You can just bookmark it. That's typically what I do. But this is standard for WordPress websites. That WP admin is how everyone edits the back end of their WordPress websites. So that's how you'll get to it in the future, and then you'll log in with the credentials that we just created. So make sure you save all that information somewhere so you have it handy when you need it to log back in. So I'm just going to X out of this and go back to our dashboard here. And then a couple more housekeeping things. We're going to go over to plugins. And then I just want to talk about this quickly. When you get a new WordPress website, WordPress actually gets paid to install certain plugins by default. Those plugin companies pay WordPress, and I understand that WordPress is a business, so they do have to make money as well, since they're giving this to us for free, so that's completely okay. All we have to do is just do one quick step, and it takes all those excess plugins right off, so we start with the bare bones where we want to start, and it doesn't slow down our WordPress site at all. So all we have to do here is scroll down and hit this select all button right here. Go to bulk actions and then deactivate, and then make sure you hit apply. So give this a second to load here, and what it's going to do is deactivate all of the plugins. Now once that refreshes, we're going to select them all again, and we're going to actually delete them. And then hit apply, just confirm that. And one by one, it'll delete all those plugins, so nothing slows down our website. There's nothing extra that we don't need here. All right, that's all set. Now there's just one more important thing. Hover over settings, and then go down to permalinks. And this is actually going to be for the description in the URL that you see when people are on your website. So sometimes it's set on something crazy and really long, so just confirm that it is set on post name, and then come down and save changes. So this is already set on post name, so that's great. If it's not, switch it over to post name. That way you won't have a long, obnoxious URL at the top of your site. That's just a small thing, but I think it makes your site look that much more professional. So once that's all set, all the housekeeping is taken care of. So I want to show you what your website now looks like. So if you hover over welcome and you click visit site, this is actually your WordPress site right here. So it has this header at the top. That's because we're logged in, but no one else will see that. And then you have a big landing page right here. You scroll down, you have a blog with the standard Hello World blog post that comes on all the WordPress websites, but it's just showing you that you have a blog literally ready to go right here. So that's how you can view your site to see what it looks like, and then just hover over welcome, come back to dashboard, and then we can change anything we need to back over here. Now, before we go into talking about the content for the website, I want to show you if you want to change the appearance of your website. So if you want to change anything, come over to Appearance, and then you can hit Themes. And this is where you can pick the theme that you're using. So as I said before, this is the standard one that comes on it, and it's a very popular theme. So if you don't want to get messy and you don't want to change anything, you can just leave that. And if you're good with the one that's selected, you can just come over to Customize down here. And it brings you to your website where you can start to change out the image here, you can change the text, and you can make it look like you really want it to. And then all of your options are right down the side here, so you can change everything right here by going into these options. And you can even come over and you can see what it looks like on mobile, on a tablet, or on the computer. And then just remember, if you've changed anything, just make sure that you hit Publish over here. And then at any point, you can come back and you can hit X, and it'll bring you back to the dashboard. So what I was about to get onto before is that these themes here. So if you do want to take it a step further and customize the site even more, all you have to do is add new theme. And this is what WordPress is really known for. There are thousands of free themes that you can choose from. I like to sort by popular, and then you can see what's really popular and pick any of these. You can even preview it and see what it looks like. And then if you like it, you just hit install and then activate. Easy as that. And then you can come back and you can view your site, or you can customize it and change things from there. So that's how you can go about changing the appearance and the look of your WordPress website and customize it to exactly how you like it. So again, I just want to say congratulations for getting this far. There's only a couple things left here. We have making the content and the SEO for that content. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's get right into those things now. So all you have to do to create a post is just hover over Posts and then Add New. And what this is going to do is bring up the form to actually create a new blog post. So it's very simple. You can just put in something like first blog post for this example, and then type in the content of that post. And then you can easily add images just by hitting Add Media right here. And this is basically like a Word document. So you can highlight things, you can bold things, you can do whatever you want, and you can add in your links, which I'll get to in a minute here. But also you can adjust what the permalink looks like. So you can come right in here and you can edit this to say exactly what you want. And then once you're happy with it, you just hit Publish right here. And then if we go back over and look at our website, here's our blog post right here. So that's how easy it is to add blog posts. I'm going to come back to the dashboard here, and I'm going to go through here and I'm going to create a blog post like we would for affiliate marketing with you here. But before I do that, I want to show you one plugin, and this is the only plugin I recommend you add to your WordPress website. It's completely free, but it helps with the SEO. So we're going to combine the SEO and the content together right now. So if we go over to plugins and we hit Add New, it brings us to the marketplace for plugins, and so many of these are free, so you can look around here and see if you want to add anything. What I recommend you do is just follow along and use this one plugin, and you don't need to use anything else. Down the road, if you want to start playing with different plugins, you absolutely can. But right now, all we need is one, and that's called Yoast SEO. Yoast SEO. And it'll auto-populate right here. All we have to do is hit Install Now. And then once that finishes, we just hit Activate. And it'll refresh this page real quick, and it's going to add a little button down here called SEO. Now this is going to be our little sidekick for all of our SEO and making sure that we rank properly. So there's a couple things we can do here. The first thing is the configuration wizard. Wait until you've made a couple blog posts before you go through and do this configuration wizard, because you want to do this once you have content that you want to rank already on your website. So don't do this yet. However, the main thing we're going to be using this for is when you're creating a post, it gives you the options to fill out your SEO as you're going along. And it gives you a real-time analysis of how your SEO is looking, if it looks good, if it needs work, anything you need to do, and that's all right down here. So it just adds this onto your backend. You don't have to pay for this or anything. You can edit what shows up in Google, and it gives you smiley faces or frown faces. Just try to make everything a green smiley face, and that means you're doing great for SEO. So that's Yoast SEO, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put together a real affiliate marketing blog post for Amazon Associates. So step number one is we're going to go over to Amazon. Now, once we're on Amazon, we're going to search for the things that we want to do here. So climbing shoes are definitely the niche that we're going to be in. So we can go through here and we can find the price point that we want to offer. And I think I do like this red one here. Amazon Choice is always a good one to go with. It looks like about $50 to maybe $150 is the price point here, maybe $50 to $100. So this $67 is a good one to go with. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with that one. Although I do like this red one. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to go with this one. It's got a lot of reviews, so I think people could be pretty convinced. And that means that it is a good product. Although I don't own these shoes, I don't want you to get the idea that I'm promoting just random products. I'm promoting this because it's Amazon's choice. Have you ever bought a product from Amazon that was Amazon's choice that wasn't good? And it has 242 reviews at 4.4 out of 5 stars. So that is going to be a good product. And even further, it's the #1 bestseller in men's climbing shoes. So I don't think you're going to go wrong there. And good for us is it actually goes from $67 to $121, I'm assuming depending on size. So all we have to do now is come up top and get the link and copy that and come back over to our post, and we're going to paste it here just so we have it. Now press the space bar and highlight that and click the link right here and just click apply. Now that's an active link and someone can come along and click that. So we're going to use that as we put our post together. So if we come back over here and get some information on these shoes, we can start to write content about these shoes. So remember the list that we created before? Now we're going to start using those keywords. So for this one, since it is the best seller, I'm going to go for the best keyword. So I'm going to come back over to our post and I'm going to put best climbing shoes. And then I'm going to put brackets according to Amazon. Now you can get creative with this, but make sure that you're using your keywords here because this is exactly what we want to rank for. And then we can put in something catchy that gets people curious over here. So according to Amazon. Now you can play around with this, but make sure that in your title, you just have the main keyword that you want to be ranking for. So once the title is all set, I'm going to come down to our link here and I'm actually going to type in get your pair here. And then that's going to be our call to action right off the bat. I'm going to make that bold. And now we can start to write our content. So I'm going to come back over here and gather some information about these shoes. So definitely don't go in here and just copy all this and paste it because that is plagiarism and it's not good practice. So get some information from here, start to look at the reviews, and then you can curate your content. If you've owned this pair before, it'll make it a lot easier to write about it. But if you haven't, you can start to look at these reviews and you can start to summarize what everyone's saying about these shoes and put it into your content. Now, the first thing I've picked up on is this 5-star review says that he has wide feet and it's still great for him. Gave the pair a 5 stars and says it's fantastic comfort for a beginner with wide feet. So that is some great information that we're definitely going to want in our content because people who are reading this and have wide feet, that's almost a no-brainer. They're seeing that it's the best seller and it's good for people with wide feet. So that's really good. We know that we have that. And we'll keep scrolling through here and gathering information so we can start to put together a story and summarize how everyone feels about these shoes. And that's all we're going to do here. So I'm going to take a couple minutes and gather some information and put together a post. Alright guys, so it's a couple minutes later and I just put together this post and I think it looks awesome. So I'm going to show you what I did here. First off, we've got our permalink set to best climbing shoes, so that's the keyword we're going for. I've got a screenshot of the photo of these shoes from the Amazon page added right to the top of our post here, and I linked it straight with our affiliate link. So if someone clicks on that, it'll go to the Amazon listing and they've clicked the affiliate link. Then I've got the call to action right at the top bolded so you can't miss it. And then I've gone through and basically just read all of the reviews until I got a good sense of how people really felt about these shoes and found the patterns of how they fit, how they perform. And I just wrote all of that into this blog article. So what I like to do is over here, you can typically see what the manufacturer is saying about the shoes. And you can't believe that because you can't always just go and say, oh, this is what they do. Because you know just as well as I do, sometimes when you get it, it doesn't really do that. So what I love to do and I recommend you do is come down to the reviews because these are how the shoes actually perform. So if the review sounds too good to be true, just stay away from it and go for the ones that make sense and you start to find the pattern of what people are saying. Take that information and write it into the post. And then one thing that you probably see is that I linked certain things back with our affiliate link. So there's multiple places that people could click, and if they click it, it'll go to the shoes on Amazon with our affiliate link. So you don't want to just have this call to action at the top and then another one at the bottom. You want to make sure that you're linking a couple other places so people can click and still go to that same affiliate link. So I basically just took what people wrote in the reviews and put that all down here, and that's it. So that's a pretty good blog article right there. And then when we come down to the Yoast SEO, as you can see, I've altered these things. I put in our keywords that we want to rank for in the snippet here. I customized how the SEO title is going to show up in Google by putting our keyword there. And I made sure that our slug here has our keyword as well. That's what's going to show up right here. And I basically just peppered in our keyword through the SEO. The readability analysis is a smiley face because this is written very easy to understand. Try to write this at like a middle school level because that's easy to read. You don't want to get too complicated with complex words because then people can't read it and it's harder for SEO to index. So just make it very easy to read when you're writing it. And then this is the one thing that I did want to note is best climbing shoes is absolutely the keyword that I want to rank for. And it showed up kind of in an orange somewhere in the middle, but I'm going to go ahead and go forward with it. If it's a red, you probably shouldn't go forward with it, but an orange you can get away with, and then green is absolutely the best. But I do want to go full force on best climbing shoes here, so that's what I'm going to use here. But once this is all set here, all we have to do is go ahead and hit publish, and that post is now live. So that's all you have to do. Let's go over to the website and check it out. So if we come up here and just go visit site, and we look on our blog, we see best climbing shoes according to Amazon. We have our big photo right here. We've got the links, and everything's nice and easy for us to see. So that's exactly how this works. And then you just do this over and over again. So that's literally the whole process for you guys. So I'm going to go back over to our dashboard And I want to show you one more thing to end on that's typically left out of so many tutorials. So if you've stayed this long in this tutorial, you've absolutely earned this one. And what this is we're going to come back to our Bluehost portal here. And this is something that no one really talks about. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to My Products. And then we have two things here. We have our hosting plan and we have our domain. So although it gave us our domain for free for the first year, that's $11.99 per year. So next year that'll be $12. And our hosting is good for 12 months. Now both of these come preset on auto renew. So you wouldn't even know it. It would just charge you again when that time was up. And then you would be billed for it going forward. That really doesn't matter if you're pursuing the blog because you're going to renew it anyway. But what I love to do, and this is what I want to show you, is you can click renew here. And you can switch it to manual renew. And what this will do is send you a notification 15 days before it's going to expire and say, do you want to renew it or not? If you want to renew it and you're going to keep going forward with the blog at that time, then you can say, yes, renew. If for some reason you don't want to renew it and you don't want to pay again, then you can choose not to renew it. That way you're not getting billed without you realizing it. So we'll hit continue on that. And now that that's set, we'll come back over to home. And once again, we'll scroll down to My Products. And we'll do the same for the domain. So the domain actually looks a little bit different here, but all we have to do is, this is what we just registered. We'll click this link right here, and then it brings up the same prompt right here. So we'll just switch it to manual renew and save changes. So that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this helps you get started in affiliate marketing. There's so much money to be made here, and this one tutorial covers everything step by step to get you started. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.